2025, there are hopes, dreams, genuine yearning. And as for the WWE's main roster, look for that to be in the form of new faces and some old familiar faces set to be returning.
And here we go. Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. If you are one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. Before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love those comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. Again, speaking of socials, links down below, Instagram and X, you can find me there. Also, check out that link to that Joker Voice merch store. All right. If you don't know by now, the WWE has entered into the Netflix era of pro wrestling. Not only with the flagship show on Raw, now streaming on Netflix, but the secondary show, Smackdown, on USA Network for the very first time is going to a 3-hour show. Now, with that is a need for a larger roster. Luckily, for 2025, we should see the return of main roster mainstays and new faces that should be playing a major part and that you should be paying attention to. So, let's take a look and see who some of these might be.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now, by no means am I suggesting that every name I'm going to be mentioning here is going to end up on SmackDown. Now, far from it. There are some names that are absolutely going to be on the flagship show, Raw. Just saying that with a 3-hour show, SmackDown's going to need a bigger roster. So look for some new faces and old mainstays from the main roster to make big return. But since I am mentioning SmackDown right now, I think I can make this a safe pick as this is in the midst of the transfer window between the brands. Look for the faction American Made, Chad Gable, Ivy Nile, and the Creed brothers to move from Raw to SmackDown. SmackDown, as it is the home of the United States titles. United States titles, American Made, kind of speaks for itself.
That's a fact.
Also, as part of this transfer window, will be call-ups to the main roster from the developmental brand NXT. Now, two names that come to mind pretty quickly. One is the current NXT champion, who probably next Tuesday at New Year's Evil will drop his title to clear him up to move to the main roster. And one of his major foes during his title run, look for Rick Williams and Ethan Page. Now, over on the ladies' side, I can absolutely see the likes of Sol Ruka and her athleticism moving up to the main roster, along with the current NXT Women's Champion, who, like Trick Williams, will probably drop her title at New Year's Evil to clear her to move up to the main roster. For her and her friend, look for Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade to come up to the main roster, and expect these ladies to have an immediate impact.
Absolutely.
Now, aside from transfers or call-ups, for the main roster, there is quite a few talent that is looking to return to in-ring action for both the men and the women. We're going to start with the men first. So, along with John Cena's retirement tour, 2025 looks for a retirement match of WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg.
You can't be serious.
I'm not excited about it either. So I'm hoping that this can happen and they can wrap this up at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Now, speaking of WrestleMania 41, to pay off the Monday after WrestleMania 40, as he will most likely also be a part of Raw come Monday, expect one of the main events to feature this chucklehead right here, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, goody.
Despite all that, I have good news. Um, Actually, two superstars that should be returning from injury in 2025. One is the beloved Big E. Expect to see him at the Rumble, and oh, the pop when he comes back into the squared circle. The other, former NXT champion, who should be looking to do some major things this upcoming year, that would be the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov.
It's so badass.
And now, last and by no means least, the women of the WWE should see some major names returning, most of which were absent for most or all of 2024 altogether. Now, among those coming back in 2025 from injury, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, possibly picking up where she left off with Kairi Sane as the Kabuki Warriors. One who will also probably return and could be as early as tonight on SmackDown is former 14-time champion, the Queen, Charlotte Flair. And just like clockwork, expect her to be put into a program leading to a title shot at WrestleMania 41. Because there are three things certain in life: death, taxes, and Charlotte Flair getting a championship opportunity.
Obviously.
Also, expected to return on Raw on Netflix, a talent who hasn't been seen since early May. That would be the man, Becky Lynch. And just like Becky Lynch, this returning superstar took time away to be a mom and to spend time with her child. A very anticipated return, as in, we're not exactly sure which form her return is going to manifest itself as. And I'm talking about the 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss.
Duh.
Needless to say, 2025 looks to be quite interesting. But these are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let me know what you think. Did I miss anyone? And who do you want to see back in the WWE in 2025? But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. Stay tuned next week for the return of Wednesday Night is Overbooked. Until then, folks, keep talking, keep smiling, keep having fun, and of course, toodles.
I say you better.